Nadhani siezi. Sawa. We're going to start with define what is growing in an African home.
Hi beautifuls and hi handsomes, karibuni tena sana to this beautiful village. I got that name from Joy. Sasa najua ataringa hadi. Anyway, karibuni tena sana to the beautiful village. Today again, kama kawaida, with Joy and Susan, we'll be talking about growing up in an African home. So we'll first say the good thing, and then I will get to the now real growing up, the real thing growing up in an African home. Yeah, so with that said and done, let's dive into the video.
I think if there is something that I normally feel is very important, I have learned from my African home, is generosity. I think that is something that I have really, as in I have grown seeing my guardians being generous to people they don't even know, to people they know, to friends, to even family. And I think it goes a long way, because I think at my age I've been exposed to people who are not generous, and it's really irritating. Like inafikanga point you meet families or you meet people who are really, like they can't help even if they have the ability to, and it is just so, it's foreign. Yani ni kitu foreign, inanishangazanga tu. So for me, I feel like that is one important thing they taught me. Like, mgeni akikuja kwa nyumba, hata kama una food, pika turungi. Just make sure at least they don't go home, wasiende home hivyo. But kuna hiyo respect. You are injected with forcefully, whether you like it or not, to respect older people who are older than you. Yani I feel like if you grew up in a typical African home, you're now umefunzwa by force by fire, like respecting people who are older than you, regardless. Because I feel at this point, like kuna mtu anaweza nikosea aniongeleshe vibaya, and just because they are older than me, I won't talk back. So I feel those are basic but yet again very important values that they instilled in me personally.
One of the greatest things I've learned or have gotten from my parents and from home is sacrifice. I have seen them sacrifice their time, their resources, just to provide for the family and to ensure that everything is running. The fact that they have brought me up in a Christian home. They took me to church, Sunday school, BVBS, nganga, vitu zote za church. Yani nganga.
Nganga included.
Yes, nganga included. Whoever nganga is. So vitu zote, like they brought us knowing that the fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. And that for me, even when I stray, the beginning of wisdom. Yes. Sorry, guy.
Nataka niulifunza Sunday school.
Read your Bible,
pray every day.
Sorry, like, okay, basically, even when I stray apart, I always know the right path.
I'd say apart from what you guys have said, of course, respect and all that you said, I think the next thing is being financially stable.
Yeah.
Like, my parents have taught me to just know how to spend your money vizuri. Like, the little you have, make good use of it. Because I don't know, your parents are able to, I honestly don't understand, because there's a time my mom was showing me her pay slip of when my brother and sister were in school together, and I'm like, how did you manage? How honestly did you guys manage? So I think we learn how to make good use of the little we have, and I think that one will take us a really long way. Because there's, I think, no wonder, okay, I'm not really bashing out things like autonomy or financial classes or nini, but hata ukienda kwa hizo financial classes you have some basic, because you know at least how to set your priorities. If I have this amount of money, there's this amount that has to go to this, hivyo. At least we can't really complain living in an African home. And then of course there are those funny things that you can only see in an African home. There are those really, really funny situations that only utazipata tu Africa, my friend. In Africa, I don't know, kwanza punishments. Mimi nimechapwa.
Corporal punishment.
Beating. These days ati naona watoto wanapewa ati naughty corner.
Ati stick to that corner and think about yourself.
Ati you're grounded.
I wish.
What is being grounded?
I wish.
What is grounding?
Literally. I was beaten. I remember this specific day. For me especially, I was beaten and then nafungiwa nje.
Really?
But of course it was like a trauma for like 30 minutes or an hour, and then ananifungulia. But I have really cried that time. I remember there's a day I went to school and came back with a lot of money. I don't know where I got that money from, but nilikuja na ma coins, my 20 bob. Because if you hear my mom giving that story, hey, I came with my 20 bobs, my 10 bobs, yani azikuwa bobs na azikuwa 5 bobs. It was a lot of money, and I couldn't say nimetoa wapi. I honestly can't remember where I got that money from. And there's no one who said ati like the following day, or even in school no one said that they've lost money or nini. The class teacher didn't know where I got the money from. I also can't remember, but I had a lot of money. But nakumbuka nilipigwa. Niseme imetoka wapi? Amekuwa mwizi. I remember I was in a pink jacket. The money was in a pink jacket.
The jacket was yours?
Yeah, the jacket was mine. But
the war
was not supposed to be yours.
Alafu unafungiwa nje. After that unafungiwa nje, unaambiwa lala huko. Si utaki kusema
lala. Actually, I feel they had the assumption the more you beat, the more the truth will come out. Actually, which is true. It used to happen. There's this time. Hata mimi nimepigwa chapo cha mbwa bwana. Nilianza kusikia bro. The one seater sofa set. That my dad used to make someone sit there. Then unasikia alikuwa na ile mshipi inatoa sauti. Kifunguliwa. Anywhere, when them. Na ukiblock tunaanza tena. And okay, looking at it wasn't that good, but anyway, there's nothing we can do about it. But I'd say the discipline they instilled, although it was a very harsh way of instilling discipline, but it worked.
And honestly, probably your older sister will tell you how kuchapwa kama yeye. Because me, my siblings, they tell me, I will John wa kama
but no, I think because my sister, the age difference is 2 years, so tulichapwa was same. I remember there's this one time I took some coins from my mom's bag. Then she realized, nani alichukua? Si mimi. We're only 2 girls. Aya, si mimi, kujeni hapa. Tulipigishwa magoti, then makinya. Then wire ile ya stima, ile ya grey. Kwa makinya hadi tuseme nani alichukua. Nani mimi, so imagine sitangu alichukua bure. So kama hiyo mami niwe. I was saying that, then my mom is like, okay, then she knew ni huyu.
Mwenye na overreact.
You know what she told me? Utakuwa na nina jiseme police station, niseme nimekuua. Si nilikuza ndazaa mwingine. And boom, we survived.
Anyway. What was
we survived.
Hey, mimi I wasn't even hata sikuwa nimejijua vizuri. Surely. May her soul rest in peace. Siku moja mimi nilikuwa naambi yangu, mimi sijui, but huwa nashukuru Mungu. Naambi yangu nikiwa mdogo nilikuwa mchokozi.
Imagine si
uongo. Ulikuwa hapo.
Looking at you right now, ni ukweli.
Point is, I was young. Still nilikuwa
stupid.
PP1, PP2 or class 1.
Ulikuwa PP?
Yeah.
Like ulisoma PP? Hukusoma
Si anasema
Yo.
pipi ndio wenye wasai waelewe pipi.
Watu ndio waelewe hizi vitu
Ndio
bana.
waelewe hizi vitu lazima uambie pipi.
So nilikuwa hiyo age ya PP2 class 1. As in hiyo time nilikuwa pre-unit. Nursery pre-unit class 1. So pre-unit class 1. Hey. Mimi shosho yangu alikuwa anaota jua nje na kiti. Hey. Wamboi ni nani? Nakuja natoa kitambaa ya Women's Guild anatupa. Shosho anaenda anaokota anajifunga tena. Wamboi anachungulia naona umevaa tena anaenda anaokota anatupa. Si alini time. Na si nilishikwa. Nikae kwa hapa katikati ya miguu. Huku tunini tulikuwa tunaitwa ngunyo. Siasa ikani. Alikuwa nakushika hivi thighs. Today I saw
remember
stars.
that is
I saw
more painful
heaven.
than
I saw heaven that
the
day.
beating.
I saw Angel Gabu staring at me, crying.
Na Abu pale.
Hey, lamenting on my behalf. Nebu was
Nebu
crying.
Kadiliza.
Interceding for me. Sijui venye by the way,
Chuno.
hizo vitu si jokes. My thighs. But zinakuanga na hiyo trauma hadi sai. Trauma. Nikinifanyia hivi bedeni, I can even kill you. Because they are traumatized. Aki, that was not fair. I can imagine it for class 1.
You guys do it to your children, the same thing?
I honestly say, I think I'd beat my children,
Me too.
but not to some point. Not unless they have a cool dad, or things can happen and we probably don't even stay with their dad. So if they have me alone, the streets are wild. My friend, the streets are wild.
Yeah.
A lot of possibilities.
Yeah, it's a lot of possibilities. I'd honestly beat my kids, honestly. I won't miss up a naughty corner. Okay, probably there'll be a naughty corner, but for tiny mistakes.
Things, yeah.
But of course, lazima nitakuchapa.
I feel at a certain age, the form of discipline of beating is good. I remember growing up, my mom used to, we were dad's favorite because dad hakuwa na vita sana. The day he used to have war were very rare, but it was real war. Yani, bila huruma. Hiyo yake
Ya mwaka yote.
ingekuja mara moja tu hivi kwa mwaka, hutaisahau. I remember the last time I had a beating was in class, probably class 6, class 5. I'm not sure, but a very good one. I'll never forget. But my mom was so frequent, And then it came to a time when we are in class 7, class 8, akaacha kabisa. And so growing up, we asked her, mbona uliacha kutupiga? And then she told us, you train your child when they are small. When they become big enough, you let them know that choices have consequences. So if I'm 15 and I'm sleeping out, they'll probably be annoyed, but they'll let you deal with your own because you'll get pregnant. See, there's so many possibilities, but I feel it comes to a certain age when mtoto mleavyo ndivyo akuavyo. So raise the child in a good way as their kids. When they grow older, they learn to make right decisions, not because they fear mom and dad will do this, but because they have grown up knowing that this is the right thing. Yeah. So that was besides the point.
For me, will I use that form of punishment? Why not? Because maybe I feel I cannot bring up my kids like they are white kids.
Yeah, they're not.
Even if Mzungu marries me, even they'll have to understand. Yeah, that mtoto won't talk back at me, and then I'm like, "Okay, mommy, you should not talk like that to your mother." Huh? But sina time ya kuconverse. I beat you first, and then
You can talk later.
Yeah, and then I tell you, "Mommy, you know why I have
makosa.
beaten you like that? Because you're mannerless, and I needed to correct you. So next time, don't talk to me like that."
Someone was saying that she slapped her mother. She was like, I don't know what just Ivy asked. And then, no, it wasn't just Ivy. I think it was GK Nyambura. Either just Ivy or GK Nyambura. Because stories, they asked something. And then the lady said, or whoever said that she slapped her mother and she regrets it. I'm like, how do you even
Where
get
do
to
you get
the
the
point
strength?
of
Mmekaribiana
slapping-
aje ndo slap.
And you're still alive?
Speak about sarcasm.
Hey. I
Sarcasm.
think I should call my mother this part.
Let me call her.
Let me call her.
Mom, come sit here.
Sarcasm and
You
then
tell us in front of this camera.
sarcasm. Mom, hello, mom, tutapika. Usipike, nimebeba sufuria kwa handbag nikaenda nazo job. Nikirudi jioni nitaleta na food.
Wow.
Sikuwa na ubaya.
I know, especially when that sarcasm
You
is in
know,
Kikuyu. I don't know
it's
why
so
Kikuyu
bad.
brings
I
out
mean,
the
I
sarcasm.
know.
But I think there's also a disadvantage with the way our parents used to relate with us. Okay, don't know if I'm using the right words, but I feel hiyo kuchapwa sana. Let me just say it as it is. Hiyo kuchapwa sana, hiyo like they instilled fear in us.
Yeah.
So ikafika point yenye me, I know my parent as my disciplinarian. I don't know them as a parent really. They're just my provider and my disciplinarian. So even if I'm having personal issues, I
go to them.
cannot go to them because na feel na nikisema nichape as in there's that I feel it has really imestrain relationships zetu na wazazi wetu because una feel you don't have a friend in your parents.
Yeah.
So you'd rather go and confide in someone who's out there than tell your parent when unaishi na yeye you're going through something, which I feel it's not good. Because me, I want, in as much as I want to discipline my children, I want to build that friendship where they understand sometimes mom disciplines us, but it's because she wants us to grow up to be see what blood fact. Yeah, like what wazuri, people who are upright in the society.
Yes.
And at the same time she's a friend. Like I want to be a friend to my kids because I feel like at our age we have so many secrets that our parents would have no idea of. Things we've gone through, tough things, and our parents don't know. They don't have an idea. Wewe unaonanga tu mtoto wako ako sawa, mtoto wako ako aje, mtoto wangu ako shule ako sawa. They don't even know whether you get depressed when you're at school. Yani they don't know.
Actually, some of them even don't believe in depression.
Exactly.
Ugonjwa za uzungu.
This day we had an argument with my dad. He said vitu kama depression, they are academia stuff. So now that mmesoma mmeziamini, but they don't exist. So we had a heated argument, tukapelekana. Then we came to the bottom line. We realized, okay, made him realize the fact that as much as he does not believe in it, the minute I'm undergoing depression, yeye mwenyewe ndo atatoa pesa za mfuko yake aone huyu mtoto hako sawa kabisa. Let's go and seek professional help with his money. Something he does not believe in. So it simply means it exists. You don't have to believe in it, but it does exist. So like I feel the fact that they can easily see a piercing, they can easily see a tattoo, they can easily see
Why don't they easily
umemea
see
pembe. Why don't you see
small
depression? Why don't you see children going through heartbreaks and
Bitterness,
anxiety,
anger issues.
bitterness? Like there's so many real things that we are going through that our parents do not acknowledge, or rather they think we are still too young to face them. I don't know. Ama they don't believe in them. Like,
You know, I think the African, like again, because as much as we grew in an African home, of course our parents grew in more African homes.
Exactly.
So
wanaonanga wamepunguza, like they have been really lenient.
Exactly. Plus
Wamekuwa wazuri.
another thing in an African home, we like you've been taught to kujifinyilia. Yani even in an African marriage, I'm not trying to, bash it or anything, but mefunzwa kufinyilia.
You know how African moms say, kwa ndoa ni kuvumilia.
Hey, miss me on that, please.
We baby, sisi ni baby girls. You are not made for that life.
I always keep telling my mom, I tell my mom like every now and then,
See Mimi.
It's not me.
Listen to an African mother
the same
explain the roles of a wife, and listen to her talking about a slave.
Actually,
Exactly.
I came to understand
It's a whole
if you go
slave.
for relationship and marriage advice from them, it is so easy for you to stay in a toxic environment.
Very
Sure.
true.
Because they feel like, as the woman, you're the one, uvumilie, you should do this. Yeah.
Hey, wait.
Mubaba
My
hasemani sorry.
mental peace is very important.
Speaking about sorry, Can we even talk about how toxic it is? How parents are on the wrong and they never apologize.
Ever.
I have
Never.
never had my parents
Never.
Sorry.
Imagine
I
these
can't even
days
recall.
I'm pitched to the point of nikikosewa. Daddy, tell me story. Tell me.
Man, tell me
Okay,
sorry.
stambiwa, but
but of course I mean, it's not even
But
in
it's
my
really
mind because I know it can't
I have
happen.
a very good example. There's a time my mom and my small brother, they fight. Oh, sijui nini nimekwambia ufanye wewe nini. They fight and then mom realizes she's on the wrong.
yeah,
She won't say sorry. You know what she'll do? She'll cook. She will pick 2 eggs, fry them for my brother, na mpeleke. And that is how they have mended their relationship. Heri apike chapati 30, lakini aseme pole.
sorry, inafikanga hapa
Nashindwa kutoka.
imechoka.
Hawezi sema.
Amechoka.
Hawezi sema.
Ama unasikia ukiitwa
But that is really
Shiko,
toxic.
kuja tukule machungwa.
But
Like those,
that is
but
Imagine
that's
mi
their
uletewa
way.
bika machuku.
You see,
Na hata
that's
sorry.
their way.
if I become a parent, I'd want my child to know that mom is not always on the right. And there are days she's on the wrong, and when she's on the wrong, mom will say sorry.
But also, it's another point of wisdom for you to let your child know that, because at the end of the line, like it's a very thin line between now the child taking advantage and you being able to make her know that it's just a matter of me apologizing. It's not a matter of now you wanting to take advantage of me apologizing.
Yes.
Yeah.
She should always realize that, or he should always realize that I'm still a bigger person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
plus I feel even the Bible says, children respect your parents and parents do not provoke your children. Like wazazi wetu wanajua hiyo verse hadi hapo pa
Obey your
do
parents
not provoke.
so that you can live
but
long
you're-
on earth. Wanaongezanga hiyo live long on
Wana
earth.
insist.
So utakufa.
Wanaboti and then ikikuja kwa ipati ya do not provoke your children, they don't
Hawako.
know.
Hawako.
Hiyo verse iko missing in their Bible.
Imemute.
Iko missing.
Exactly. Another thing, the fact that they do not appreciate what we do,
Exactly. I was just
especially
about to.
for females in the houses.
Yes.
We
I was just
house helps.
about. Yeah.
House
house managers.
helps Society of Kenya daughters
Hey.
tunateseka.
House helps of African homes. You know, you're the house help, you're the chef, you're the gate woman, you're the uyo kwenda
imagine?
soko.
No one
wewe.
even says thank you. No one.
Lakini like
No
ataingia
one.
kwa nyumba ataona sahani iko hapo.
Ceiling ni chafu.
Yes.
Ceiling ni chafu. Ceiling ni
Webs.
chafu. Cobweb.
Mbona hizo spiders zitalala wapi?
Alafu
Punguza.
moja unacheki nini ya kufunga curtain, wacheka space. Mbona hii curtain imefunga?
Mbona haijafungwa?
The same way when you give them a cup of tea and it's not like full.
Haijaja.
Mbona unanipea kikombe nusu ya chai? I'm like, ai.
Baba Joy.
Nataka imwagike.
Actually, my father says that, and then he'll go ahead and add rosemary to the tea. Then mwagike, nilete kitambo.
Some things are just
Maybe our
hilarious.
parents are very sarcastic. Guy.
Hey, vitu zingine
Unalilia chai
jamani.
imejaa kwa thermos bana. Siweke polepole ukunywe tu. Na kupikia mzazi, like the father of the house, mchele. Oi, tunalala njaa. Just telling you sense that Juicy came home and then I came home so late so I couldn't cook. And kufika, oi, leo umeamua tulale njaa. Nilienda na sufuria. Nilienda na chakula.
Hey.
To starve. Huku upikangi. Mind you, I have been cooking every single day that I've been in that house. Hupikangi, hufanyangi kitu, ni kukaa tu just because of one day that I notified them I will not be around. Now they have died of hunger.
Hey. Many African
And I feel like they also love generalizing stuff.
Exactly.
Like that one day you won't do that one day, it becomes all the
All
days.
the days.
Hata uoshangi sijui nini. Just one day. You never do it at all. That's baba nani.
Comparison.
Exactly.
The-
Especially if the
age
older ones,
gap
the
was
age gap
big,
is a bit
yeah.
big. You're being compared with how they were raised. And of course the generation is like 2 different generations. So you're being compared ati ai na mbona nani hakuwa ananisumbua venye unanisumbua ama you know ati ai lakini nani akiwa campus hakuwa hivi, you know being
alikuwa anarudi saa hizi.
You know, these are different generations. Plus I think that's one thing.
And
I was actually saying maybe I'll start comparing them with other parents. Or hata kama you're not being compared to your elder siblings, you're being compared with kids of another.
My mom comes with stories. Kuna mtoto wa mama nani alijengea mama yake nyumba. Anafanya hiyo kozi yako. Na mimi niko for the
extra.
That let me know how a first year. Okay, I don't know.
It's a possibility. Okay, there's a possibility,
but
okay, that comes
Okay, 1 out of 100. First year.
But first year amejoin tu first year this year. Na amejenga nyumba. That means alianza kupata pesa ndio form 2.
I know.
Ama wazazi walijijengea nyumba but ndio mzazi akupressure. Like mtoto wa nani? Na ule mtoto wa nani pia. And actually feel like they say things they want using condoms.
They'll never be
nyumba. Excuse. Tunataka nyumba. Excuse. Tunataka gari. Excuse. Mtoto wa mama nani alinunulia mama yake gari. Na gari kubwa mama yake akalia. Okay, to some extent it's funny. Okay, thinking about at that moment you get really mad and you wonder. There's so many things that as parents we would want to, like when we become parents we want to change, but I think I'll stay with the sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
It's weird.
Especially it's actually even in our conversations as friends. I honestly don't get how we can be friends with someone who does not understand sarcasm.
True.
Like sarcasm inakupita tu hapa.
Alafu utajam.
I know.
Utajam.
Mbona huelewi sarcasm, please?
I mean, I'll use the sarcasm. Msipikie mtoto chakula, msimwekee uji. Ng'ombe itakuja imlishe.
That one
ile baadhi sijui tangu nani. Jemaima. Ana sort ndengu alafu the daughter comes imam. Tunakula ndengu. Kwanza hapana ni za Bosco kucha. Ni Bosco na chamshia.
Wow. Mom, tunapika githeri. Hapana, uoni ni mahindi na maharagwe nacheza nazo hapa.
Yes, sarcasm.
Sarcasm is nice. Okay, for the child it's like, gosh, super no ubaya.
I don't know how sitting down in an African home is a crime. I'm not allowed to sit.
You're a robot.
You have to
fanya cleaning.
Umechajiwa, unatumia stima.
Same way you can't leave the house if you haven't done anything.
You have to compensate.
You have to compensate for the time.
For your absence.
Please wash the utensils before you leave. Clean the house.
Maybe our parents.
Kabla utoke, please wash the house.
Can we actually state
lakini
how
mnakuanga toxic.
Can you state the statement? Wewe inakuanga simu tu. Kazi yako ni simu.
Ukiumwa na tumbo ni hiyo simu.
Macho kwanza kuna mtu anapenda
especially for us who expects.
Macho zako zinauma. Si mnashindana tu kwa simu.
Nakumbuka kuna siku sijui tulikuwa tunaenda town na Joy. Nikafika hapo kwa mamake mbele yake. Mamake hapo, "Nangoja Joy." Na aliamka mapema. Mimi nikamwambia, mimi nimepigia Joy amenitext sijui ulinicall and then ukaniambia but hiyo time alikuwa kwa bed bado. Then ako like, "Ai, kwani tulikuwa tunaenda mapema hivyo?" Sasa hivi tunaongea tu na mamake akasema, "Acha nikwambie. Mimi Joy ananishangazanga. Imagine anamkanga mapema tu ndio ashike simu. Nafungwanga tu hivi mlango na muona na simu na shangaa. Ametupa usingizi tu yake aingie online." Mimi sijui sasa mimi nitamfanyia nini juu hiyo simu imenishangaza hata siongeangi.
There's a time Mama Shiro went to church. We're having a sleepover. Shiro is MJ. You see how the channel sometimes. We were just sleepover at her place. Then the mom left for church. Akatuacha kwa sitting room. Si kila mtu ako na simu. She comes after church.
Same position.
Mlisema mtaabudu simu. Hata kanisa hamtaenda. But okay, to be honest, also our dependency on our phones and our electronics is really high.
Yeah.
It's really high because stima, the moment stima zimepotea kwetu, first thing I do, Naomi, mkona
stima, I know.
Hamna stima, basi tuko sawa, zitarudi.
Because it's a large area, then zitarudi.
Yeah, we have become so dependent. So to some extent, they are right.
They are.
They are right.
Hapo kwa simu
Hapo kwa simu, hatuwezi jitetea.
But I think, come to think of it, it's just a laughing matter, baby. Just at that time, huwezi cheka because you're like, surely.
Nini mbaya?
But it's funny. Living in an African home is funny, no lie.
I think let us know down in the comment section how your experience has been.
I think we're done. There's anything else?
We're done.
But all in all, we appreciate.
We
didn't choose the families. We didn't choose to be in Africa.
You know how they
But again,
usually say,
it's
if you'd
good.
choose another place to be born, you'd still choose the same home. Would you?
To some extent, I think I would. It depends.
Okay,
if I'm given a list of,
people.
no, not a list of people, or a list of, things that are done in this house like this and things that are done in this house like this, I think I'd be able to compare. But generally, I
May
think
choose a different place, but with the same parents.
Okay, but of course the parents are the family, so the same.
You know how you would ask, like, I wish I'd be born in another home, like.
The environment.
No, not really. Even the parents.
Oh no, I think I'd stick to my
Stick to the
parents.
yeah.
Me too. I'd stick to my single mom, no dad.
I think everyone just appreciates.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
And also, there's no greener grass.
Yeah.
Each place iko na struggles zake, so yeah, we learn to accept and love where we are as we grow to different levels. So
So subscribe, comment, share with your friends, and if your opinions, now this is the fourth thing that I'll always be saying, if your opinions wow if your opinions vary, or if you feel that you have something to say against what we've said, because these are our opinions, please make sure to say that in a smart and kind way. Okay?
Not on another YouTube channel. Are we alright? Tuko fiti hapo?
Comment.
Ni comments hapo chini. Yes.
Give us your experiences. And also tell us what you would want us to talk about. Yeah. We will be glad to give you the content. Yeah, so share. Have yourself a good time.
Bye.
Bye.